Hello, ladies. So I'm going live now from my laptop. So the quality may not be as great, but I will be able to see your comments better. So that's the good news. So basically, I'm repeating myself. Sensuality Saturdays, that's what we're talking about. This is going to be the first one. And before I dive in, I want to talk to you about, look at my shirt. See Lady Gaga? Do you have any Lady Gaga fans watching the replay of this live? Last night, Amy Jacobs and I made a last minute choice to go to Lady Gaga. Like, we got there exactly when the concert was going to start. And oh my gosh, I'm so happy that we went. If you're a fan of Lady Gaga, you already know this, but this last album that she did was all about her own grief and processing her own grief. And she just did such a beautiful job of taking moments and slowing down and taking a song like Edge of Glory. And I think she dedicated that one to her best friend who had passed away from breast cancer that year, talking about Lady Gaga. And basically, she said that she needed to grieve, and she invited us to grieve with her and to take a moment and think of someone that we lost. And she was just singing and sharing her heart. And it was just so beautiful. You could feel the connection in the whole arena. And she did that several times. And then she talked about how when we don't have the cure, all we've got is loving each other. So that it's so important to love each other. It was just this really, really outrageous, beautiful performance by Lady Gaga. So my love for her is deeper. And this t-shirt Amy got me as a little gift. So I'm going to set up what Sensual Saturdays are. And I'd love for you to interact, and any questions or any comments that you have. I'm just going to give little tips every Saturday. And that's because sensuality often is just, thank you for those hearts. I'd love to know who you are. Tell me who you are if you're on, and what you're doing today. But sensuality is one of those things that's often mixed up with sexuality. Sensuality will definitely amp up sexuality, but sensuality is about so much more. It's about our senses. That's where it comes from. It's about, hi, Patricia, yay. It's about understanding how to connect in the world. It is about feeling our senses. It's about intuition. It's about knowing what's right or wrong for you. It's about inhaling the beauty. It is about, it's about taking everything in and being able to live life fully expressed. I mean, think about it. It's like, I can see myself in front of the ocean the first time that I smelled the air and I could hear the powerful crashing waves and feel the sand under my feet, and in my heart and in my being, nothing else mattered. And those are the moments that so many of us want. We want that romance in life. And we want to continue to be the badass boss babes that we are. We want to be moms that get our kids to do what we want. We want to negotiate powerfully. We want to run our businesses and earn a living doing what we love, or at least earn a living contributing and using our skill set. And sometimes it gets pretty confusing knowing, okay, I'm living all this time in charge, in control, I'm powerful, I'm feeling my warrior goddess, which is awesome. But that connection and love and romance that is really available to us daily in life, that's the part that we're like, more of that. I'm not sure, I'm too tired. I just want a spa. I mean, a spa day is pretty sensuous, but so this is about sensuality as a superpower, and specifically for women, it is one of the powers that I feel is pretty much built in our nature. Everyone has masculine and feminine, but we are really very sensual by nature. And I feel like I'm craving more sensuality in my life daily. I'm constantly looking for places to invite that part of myself back in a more full way. And lots of women that I talk to are feeling the same way. If you are, give me a heart. That way I know in the comments, that way I know that it's something that you're dealing with too. So every Saturday, I'll give you a basic tip of bringing sensuality back into your life. Sometimes we'll talk about sexuality, but really the sensual Saturdays are about taking in life, breathing it in, moving into our creative, sensual nature, and inviting that romance into our being. Because when we have that sensuality flowing inside of us, when we're stopping to smell the roses, when we're feeling that in front of the ocean or in the mountains or the Grand Canyon or a great musical, when we're feeling a fantastic sexual experience, when you're feeling this kind of out of body otherworldness, those are the moments that we remember the most whenever we leave this lifetime, those moments that just totally touched us. And so we can have more of those daily. So the tip that I'm going to give you today is involving your food. So we eat a lot often. We have to live and nourish ourselves. And I don't know if you're like me, but if you are, please tell me, because I want you to interact. And if you need a reason to feel guilty about it so I don't feel alone. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want you to feel guilty. But, you know, sometimes when I'm eating, I'm reading something else. I'm in a hurry. I'm driving and I'm eating almonds or a pear or something. And food is such a consistent thing that we're doing and such an opportunity to really sense and to have a moment of sensuality and beauty. And again, to clarify, sensuality could be even touching your baby's cheeks and feeling all that love and all the energy that you're sensing and the texture of that little skin and the smell. It's definitely not just sexual. Sensuality is not limited to the confines of sexuality. So with your food, like I'm bringing up this apple as an example. I love junk foods like everyone else now and then. Chocolate, I love indulging in chocolate. That's another great way to use sensuality and food. But I also love thinking of something like an apple because it's a live food. Like if you think about it, it's taken its whole life to become this live thing full of energy and information. And I get to consume that. I get to take that into my body. So I like fruits and vegetables, and I like thinking of my food that way. It also is a health tip, but taking your apple or fruit or any food, and just with an apple, it's really nice to get to feel the texture and to just feel what that feels like. What does an apple feel like again? And then looking at how every apple looks so different. It has all these little beautiful spots that maybe you can see, but just, oh my goodness, all these beautiful spots. And just to be present with this art that you get to take in really only takes a few seconds. I'm talking it out, so but it only takes a few seconds to feel that and to feel the gratitude and just the beauty of what you're about to ingest and to enjoy the beauty in life. So then when I take a bite, made almost a heart. Thank you for all that love. So when I take a bite, like, oh my goodness, you can't see, but it's so juicy. It is so juicy. And the texture is just covered in juices. It's chewing. I get this little, crisp and then juicy. And then it's not really rubbery, but this other texture. simple way. And you can do that with apples, oranges, bananas, cereal, nachos, chocolate. You could do it with anything. Really, it's about slowing down. That's the tip for today. You like the nacho? You could. Indulgence is delicious sometimes, in moderation, right? So slowing down, honoring your sensual nature and the romance that's built in all around us. There's a romance built and ready. Food can romance you. You can romance the food. It applies to so many other things that I don't want to mention yet in case I want to use it for a tip next week. But yeah, it's good stuff. And I'd love to hear, is this like, yeah, I do that all the time. I'm totally present and sensuous and aligned with my food. Or is this like, little apple there? Or is this like, oh, I've never even thought about that. Or I've thought about that, but you're right. I need to do it more. It's kind of just slipped my mind. I have a great short-term memory, so, and a good long-term one too. But please share with me. Let me know if you plan on taking this on for the day, for the week, and also check back in here and let us know what you're experiencing as you welcome just that in. Warm tea. Ooh, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I took a really nice long time picking teas, and I've got a really full-bodied, it smells like chai tea almost, tea, and I made it with hot water and hot almond milk and mixed them just together and took my time smelling it and then drinking it. So warm. Let me take a little drink before we go. So beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank you so much, Patricia, for all your love. And if you're watching the replay, please comment and let me know how this goes for you. Slow down. Enjoy your food. Have a food romance this week. Hashtag food romance. I think that's going to be, that belongs on Tasty Tuesday. But anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you so much for taking your time with me.